Other news, the Pope has been blessing the Olympic flag in Rio ahead of the Games in 2016. He's continuing his tour of Brazil and will travel to Varinha, shantytown, this afternoon to meet some of the country's poorest people. It's his first trip abroad since becoming head of the Catholic Church in March. Greg Milam is in Rio de Janeiro for us this afternoon. How's he being greeted, Greg?
Well, it shows the diversity of this visit that, like you say, he was receiving the keys to the city of Rio. He was blessing that Olympic flag, of course, ahead of the Olympics in 2016 here. And now, on a very wet and windy Rio morning, he heads to that favela, the slum town, home to 40,000 people, a place they refer to as the Gaza Strip. Such are the troubles there. And again, showing that common touch that the Vatican hopes he will demonstrate on this trip, and which he has so far. And the reception has been extraordinary, even despite these conditions. Tens of thousands of people turning out to see the Pope. Of course, he is from Latin America. He's from neighbouring Argentina. So coming back to Latin America means an awful lot to people here, and we've seen that in the crowds, and we'll continue to see it over the next few days. We can get a sense of that. Hanna is one of the pilgrims, the volunteers who've come here. They've made this journey to be part of what's going on here. And what's been your impression so far of the Pope's visit to Brazil?
It's been absolutely overwhelming in a sense. It's been amazing to see how humble he is, how he's reaching out to the people. He's there for us. He's there for the whole world. He's definitely showing us how to live better, how to be Christ-like, how to reach out to others, how to help each other out. And it's been great seeing the pilgrims from Argentina. They are so happy.
Well, I was going to say, because you're from Poland originally, yes, and everyone knows the connection you had in Poland with John Paul II. Have you seen a similar affection, because we're in Latin America and he is the first Pope from this part of the world?
Absolutely. They embrace him. He's theirs, but they know he's there for the whole world. But they're so happy that he's from the same country as them, and I'm happy for them. And it's that same joy I felt.
Yeah. He's going to a favela today, again a sign of a man who understands the problems of the poor, which are particularly key here in Brazil with the protests that have been going on.
Yes, and that just shows how he's reaching out to pilgrims, to people in need. And people do need love. They need someone to just reach out a hand and show that he's thinking of them, and they're definitely in his prayers. They're in all our prayers. We're
seeing pictures now of the Pope getting into his Pope-mobile. He's made these journeys over the last few days that have been very public. He's wanted to reach out to people, and we saw even when he arrived those scenes of people mobbing the car. What do you think has been the reaction amongst people like you, young people who are here for World Youth Day, about how accessible the Pope has been? Yeah,
and that's exactly it. He's accessible. He's showing that we can be close to him, physically and spiritually, that he's normal, a normal person like everybody else, but he's got this extraordinary responsibility that he's doing very well, and it's just amazing to see, and that much more, we want to show our faith to the world.
We know he's very different from his predecessor, but explain why World Youth Day is important, why young people come from so far to take part in what's going on here.
Yeah, I would think it's important for young people because it's a way kind of to recharge your faith and get this inner spirit. There's a bit of a spirit here that's only found in World Youth Day. We see people from all around the world. We see young people expressing their faith in a way you won't see anywhere else, only at World Youth Day. So it's just amazing to see, and we take that, and then when we go back to our normal lives, whether it be back to school, back to work, we'll have that spirit, we'll have that fire of World Youth in our daily lives.
There's controversy about him from his time in Argentina and his previous life as a cardinal there and living under military rule and being part of that society. Do you think that matters to people who are here? Do you think people understand that controversy, or do you think that's something that isn't significant to people now here?
It's, it was the way he lived, and it's definitely something you think about, but then, what matters is now, what he's doing now.
Okay, Hanna, thank you very much for those thoughts, and as we see the Pope continue that journey to the favela of Varginha. Tonight he'll appear on Copacabana Beach. It's expected there'll be 1 million people braving these conditions to be there as he welcomes the pilgrims who are here for World Youth Day. That reception so far has been extraordinary. No signs, even with the weather, that that's going to change at all in the rest of the Pope's visit here.
Okay, thank you.